Wisconsin has been known as America's Dairyland, and it leads the nation's cheese production. But do you know how cheese is made? Today, we will be visiting 2 dairy farms that make artisan farmstead cheese in southern Wisconsin. On a Tuesday morning, Terry is just preparing to milk his Jersey cows.
You're doing better, Princess. Good girl. Good girl.
So we're milking 10 cows right now. We have the smallest milking parlor in the state of Wisconsin. We have the only milking parlor in the state of Wisconsin that milks directly into the cheese room. So we don't ever pump the milk, it gravity feeds into the cheese room. Fridays is always cheese curds, so today we're making cheese curds. The cheese curds that we don't package as curds to sell as cheese curds, which are very popular in Wisconsin for some unknown reason.
Once the milk is brought in, the temperature will be raised to 145 degrees and held for 30 minutes, then cooled down to 90 degrees.
Then we put in starter. The starter is we call it culture.
30 minutes after putting the cultures in, rennet is then added into the milk and stirred for 45 minutes. Goat cheese's demand is now rising and becoming more and more popular in Wisconsin and even the United States. At Cross Plains, Diana at the Dream Farm has been producing artisan goat cheese for more than 10 years.
The types of cheese I make are a fresh chev, and that's the most important cheese for us. And then we make that in a variety of flavors. Goat's milk has smaller fat globules in it, so that fat stays suspended throughout the milk. Because of that, it has a little bit different flavor profile.
To make fresh goat cheese, the milk is being pasteurized and added into cultures, then left to set overnight. Until the next morning, the milk will turn into soft curd-like yogurt and let overnight to drain again. The milk is now turned into pudding.
This is what's called a clean break. Put your finger in here, and we want it to break clean, just like that.
When the curd has a good split, it is time to cut the curd.
Eventually, the curds will all sink to the bottom, and the whole thing will look like just a big vat of whey. So we turn the speed up, and we cook that for about an hour and 15 minutes.
After the whey is pushed out, the curds are cut into slabs and stacked on top of each other. All the cheese curds will be hand cut into small pieces. On this day, about 100 cheese curds will be made, and that comes out to 50 packages and 5 to 6 wheels of cheese. The third day has finally come. The fresh goat cheese is ready to add flavors and be packaged. Adding salt is the first step before putting flavors. The Dream Farm makes the goat cheese with a variety of flavors.
So now I'm mixing the garlic and the dill together before I add it to the cheese.
Cheese has intrigued me, how it's made. By actually getting myself into the process of making cheese, it helps me understand how the different cheeses are made, what you can do to the milk to make different types of cheeses.
Once the cheese is being processed and packed, every Thursday, Diana's daughter Alicia will pack the cheese and deliver to restaurants and markets. Right now, the Highfield Farm is having cheese tasting as well as selling the cheese at the store.
I think making artisan cheese is giving people an opportunity to see how cheese used to be made. It used to be made in small batches and not in massive batches. You know, and teaching people about real cheese, not the stuff you buy in the store.
I'm hoping that the trend in goat cheese is not a trend and that it's another way to diversify agriculture in Wisconsin and in the United States.
All these cheese production techniques have been handmade in a traditional way by the great artisans. Their dedication has made us become addicted to specific meals, especially cheese, and is definitely something you should never miss.